How do you actually surrender and put your trust in the process while playing the waiting game? Hi lovelies, my name is Kushi. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to expand on the topic that I discussed in my last video, which was the concept about letting go. In that video, I talked about why you should do it and why it's good for you. But in this video, I want to dive deeper into how to actually get yourself to be able to let go and detach from something. So the way that I see it is that surrounding yourself actually just comes down to grounding yourself and allowing yourself to be more calm while you are waiting. And when you are in a state of calm and you're more centered, you are able to detach yourself and remove any unhealthy attachments to the thing that you want. So first, before you can actually surrender into the process, you need to fully believe that whatever the outcome is, that it is for a reason and that it is for your betterment. Without this, you will not be able to fully let go of your desired outcome. You're going to remain attached to it. You're going to cling on to it because you want it so badly. When you understand that, that will make the whole process of surrendering so much easier, and then you will ultimately be able to let go. One of the first things that I do when I'm trying to let go of something is I make a list of all of the possible outcomes that could happen and how that will affect my life, what's going to change, how is that going to really affect me. And then I try to rationalize it in that way and see that maybe it's not all that bad, or that it really isn't the be all end all. I find that this helps to ground me a lot actually, because I'm able to look at all of these different possibilities from an objective lens as opposed to looking at it through a biased point of view where I am only focused on the one thing that I want. After I make that list, I kind of go into hermit mode and I intentionally choose activities to do by myself so that I can recalibrate and bring my intention inward back to me. And this looks different for everybody. For some people, it could be going on a drive. For others, it could be cooking, playing a sport that they enjoy. It's really up to you and doing something that makes you feel good about yourself and that uplifts your spirit. Intentionally going back to the things that you really love and that you love to do is so good because it takes your focus away from your desired outcome and is also a good reminder that your worth is not attached to your situation or the outcome of that situation. When you are surrounded by people who you love to be around and you're doing these activities that you love, you remember what makes you you and everything that you have, even if that thing doesn't work out for you. I've mentioned this in a past video before, but reconnecting with nature is such a good way to ground yourself. It's one of my personal favorite ways to be more calm. I just love going on walks and being outside when I'm not feeling great. Just being out in the sun, it's so nice, and going out on a walk with my friends or my family. Whenever I go out on these walks, I always just think about how beautiful the earth is, how pretty the trees are looking, the flowers on the trail, the different people passing by. And I always just try to see the bigger picture. What I mean by seeing the bigger picture is that this is just one moment in my life. Your situation is just one small fragment of your life. As time passes by, it's gonna be nothing but a memory. And there's so much more going forward. There's gonna be so many more opportunities to come. Hyperfixating on this one thing isn't the end of the world. There's so many other things. There's so many possibilities. Maybe if you don't get that thing that you want, it'll lead you to something else. And maybe that something else will fuel your soul, align with your purpose, align with your values, that you may not have discovered if you weren't redirected. A saying that I really like is that rejection is just redirection, which makes a lot of sense to me, and it's also just a good way of reframing a negative outcome or an outcome that you didn't want to happen, in that you're being redirected towards something that is better for you. This ties back into what I was saying earlier about how regardless of what the outcome is, that everything happens for a reason and that it will happen for your betterment. Think about all the times in the past where you were not able to get what you wanted. Eventually you were able to move on from that. You were able to get over it, and it ended up working out for you. It may not have turned out in the way that you initially wanted it to, but that redirection has led you to where you are now. And through the process of that, it may have introduced you to different doors, different people, new ideas. So find comfort in that. Find comfort in your past experiences and your ability to move on from those rejections with time. And know that this time isn't going to be any different. If you don't get the outcome that you want this time, you're going to be okay. You'll find your way. The universe will reorganize things in the background where you can't see them, and eventually you'll be on your path again. And you'll be one step closer to aligning with your true self and who you are and what your values are. Just keep telling yourself that you're going to be okay regardless of what happens. I know affirmations aren't for everybody, so you don't have to verbally recite it, but you just keep reminding yourself in your head or writing it down or taking a second at the end of your day to reflect on it. Then you're going to start to believe it over time that it really will be okay. I hope that the things I shared today will help some of you in your process to surrendering and eventually letting go and detaching from the outcome. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.